Welcome to the Southern Habitat Insights YouTube channel, where we'll be doing all sorts of management and hunting for wildlife. Deer season's less than 25 days away here in Alabama, so we're doing a lot of food plot and trail camera work. Let's get started. So I just finished bush hogging, disking, and planting this little food plot behind me. Let's go take a look and see what it looks like. So I just finished disking and bush hogging and planting this green field behind me. We planted it with WMS no-till blend, even though we did till the ground up a little just to get better seed to soil contact. But let's see what it looks like. So we just finished planting it after bush hogging it, getting the grass cut low and disking it. We've planted wheat, daikon radish, rape, Durana clover, and crimson clover in the food plot. I like this. Usually, so last year when we planted it, we planted all of that around there and all the way to far back there in the back corner. We planted all that, but this year, we moved the stand closer to the food plot. It's got a beech tree behind it, and beech trees leaves drop later in the year than all the other trees. So that'll give me just a little bit more of a backdrop. But what I did this year was made a little bit more smaller food plot, goes around, and then down here it goes into one long strip down to those trees right there, as you can see. So it goes, then it widens out right here. Right here on the edge of the food plot, this little island of magnolia trees, I think it is. But right here, I'm gonna make a mock scrape just to draw the bucks in within 15 to 20 yards of the stand. So over here we have a salt lick. It's sort of natural. We put salt in it sometimes of the year, but the deer are always down here. As you can see, it's still got salt in it, so we put salt in there early this summer, late last summer. The deer still come in here and hammer it. And that's hickory tree, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's a hickory tree. But we're gonna put a trail camera right here, so let's do that real quick. One of the reasons I didn't go all the way or close to the edge of this creek side, for one main reason, deer usually come out from over there in that corner, right over there, or down there, or through that little opening back there. But if I want them to come closer into bow range and actually be in the plot, they're going to have to walk from there all the way to there, about 10 yards, to get to where I planted the stuff. And then they're in better bow range, and it's going to be a close gunshot when gun season opens up, though I might still hunt with my bow down here. But there's the creek right there. As me and my grandfather were working on the plot, I got a picture on my Spy Point camera of a doe in one of my cameras far back there. So she was down there while we were working, and she wasn't running or anything. She was just crossing through the area. But during the late rut, I saw several bucks come through this area, just cruising through. Really pretty watching them. It's really open, but there's still some good cover. One of my favorite hunts, when I was sitting in the tree stand and I heard 3 does come running down, and I looked up and saw them. Sorry. Then a 7-pointer comes running in after him, and I shot at him, but there was some brush in the way, and I hit him hair too high with the old Winchester 308 and never found him. But he's still alive. I saw him on the camera a couple weeks later. And finally, one more thing before we set up the trail camera at the food plot. I want to say one more thing I like about this spot is the amount of oak trees that are around here. We've got one white oak right there, a couple more white oaks right there, some water oaks, hickories, and another white oak right there. And last year there were some big old scrapes at the base of this tree, and that's also in bow range of the stand. Got the Spy Point trail cam on the tree, getting set up. It's looking over this salt lick right here, and it can also see out to the field. We'll strip a little bit later in the year, a little bit closer to deer season, when I come to put some netting on that deer stand and make that mock scrape. We're gonna probably move the camera down to that poplar, but we'll see closer to the time we get. All right, so we're down at one of my spots here. Got another Spy Point camera down here, right there. It's been getting some good pictures of some bucks and does coming through this area. I'm looking for a spot to hunt opening day of bow season. Come in with a climber stand and set up. I don't want to be too close to the deer, but I also want to be within bow range. If they come in, I can shoot them. Most of the deer been coming through somewhere in here, coming from there this way. Also walked down in this creek because I just wanted to see what sort of movement up and down the creek there is. You come down here and you can see they are really, there's some big doe tracks, little doe tracks, some buck tracks. Just coming through this creek. Right down the creek bottom. So, if I wanted to put a good stand in here, just to come in, climb up the tree, get situated for opening afternoon hunt, it's probably going to be about 15 yards off the creek in there somewhere. And I want to go ahead and pick out a tree, mark it on Hunt Stand, have everything ready so I can get down here, set up, be ready to hunt. I don't want to be too close to where I know the deer are going. I like this because we got a nice little road here. That tree would be good, but it's crooked. So that tree, that big one right there, also wouldn't be that bad, but it's so close to right where they're crossing. Most of the deer tracks are going that way. Some of them coming this way. So, see, that's one of my favorite spots about hunting down here. Just that open bottom. And then you get some thick stuff right there. Then it goes back to thick and open bottom. This just is some of the prettiest places to deer hunt. So I'm gonna look for a tree stand location and hopefully we can find one for opening day. All right, so I did a couple minutes of searching. This is most likely one of the spots I'm going to consider just to put that climber. So my thought process behind getting up this tree, because there's a split in it, would be my grandfather runs down here with me on the golf cart, pulls up just to the base of the tree, no further that way, because I know the deer are over there. Pulls up, we go around the outside, come in, pull up, shimmy up the tree, stand on top of the golf cart, put the bottom of the tree stand just right there before the split so I can get there, and then connect it to that separate spot and put it and climb up about 10 feet. So I'm about 20, 30 feet off the ground. I'm gonna pull the golf cart down here just to see how it looks like, what it looks like from up high. I'd assume though, and I'll show y'all when I get up there, you'd just be able to see that open bottom, some of the creek. You can see down that way a little bit, just see that whole bottom, get good coverage, and hopefully we'll see an opening. Hopefully we'll see one of the target bucks. I got 2 nice looking bucks in this spot, in this area. Been seeing on camera. They could have been coming into the food plot, but I never saw them because my camera was messed up. But this spot does look good. I think if I set up in that tree, it would be a little bit different just because there's a split. But that could also help. Hopefully the deer, what I'd be really looking for a buck coming to walk down this little road right here, for them to come up the creek. I can't shoot does on opening day for the first 10 days of deer season here in Alabama with a bow or a gun, but it would be nice just to be able to see some deer and, you know, get ready for deer season. So I'm gonna pull the golf cart over there, stand on top, see what it looks like just from as high as I can get right now, and then we'll look at another tree, we'll decide, and call it a day. Well, I'm up as high as I can get, standing on the roof of the golf cart, but it's close enough to the split. We are right there at it. So opening day, just throw around the foothold right here, hop up on it, strap up the seat part, then move up bit by bit. Then it'll take some time, I know, just to get situated, but that's why my grandfather's gonna drive down that road, park right here. I'm gonna put the seat right there, put the stand part up there, pull myself up. We might have to bring a ladder down, but we'll figure out how to work it. I can also stand right there at that split. I'm gonna put the seat right here, or I might put the stand. Anyway, I'll figure it out when time gets here. This is the best tree. That one, that white oak just has too many limbs, and I'd like to be sitting, at least right here I'd like to be sitting, but preferably, about 10, 15 feet up, right there, that little white marker, just so I can see over everything. We might have to trim some of those trees right there, trim some of those, just so I can see down that creek. But hopefully, opening day, I've got a really good spot right here. I'm really liking this. So I hope opening day, we should be sitting in that tree. We'll see what it turns out to be. So we got the camera set up, everything ready to go. I just had to hop in the stand and see what everything looked like from the stand's view. So here it is.